Title: Midnight Delivery. It was a chilly October night when Lily received the notification on her phone. Your order has been delivered. She frowned, checking her previous orders. She hadn't ordered anything recently. Intrigued and a bit anxious, she headed to her front porch. There it was, a small brown box, plain and nondescript, sitting under the flickering porch light. The label was blank aside from her name and address. Curiosity piqued. Lily picked it up, feeling an unsettling weight inside it. As she stepped inside her cozy apartment and closed the door, she put the box on the kitchen table. She glanced around, ensuring the curtains were drawn tight. Living alone in a quiet neighborhood felt safe enough during the day, but at night, especially around Halloween, her imagination often ran wild. She took a deep breath, unsnapping the tape that secured the box. Inside, nestled within crumpled brown paper, was a mirror, an ornate hand mirror with a tarnished silver handle. Its surface seemed unnaturally smooth, reflecting not just her image but something more unsettling, something deep in her eyes. Lily held it up, noticing her reflection looked off. The shadows behind her seemed darker and more jagged, almost pulsating like they were alive. Shaking off the chill running down her spine, she placed it back on the table. That night, she tried to forget about the mirror. She watched television, but every time she passed by the kitchen, she could feel it beckoning her. Finally, unable to resist, she returned to the kitchen. Gazing into the mirror, she whispered, "What do you want?" The image seemed to ripple, and suddenly she was staring at a face, a distorted, pale visage that was both familiar and horrifying. It looked like her, yet it wasn't. The lips twisted into a wicked grin as it cocked its head, acknowledging her presence. Lily stumbled backward, heart racing. "Get away from me," she shouted, but the reflection only laughed, a sound like shattered glass. The next morning, shaken but determined to rid herself of the mirror, she shoved it into her closet, hoping to forget it. Days passed, but the feeling of being watched never left. She could swear that she heard whispers whenever she was alone, chilling her to the bone. One night, after tossing and turning, she finally mustered the courage to look again. Heart pounding, she pulled the mirror out. This time, the face grinned wider, eyes glinting with malice.
"Help me,"
it whispered softly, and Lily felt an overwhelming rush of empathy wash over her. "Help you? How?" she asked instinctively.
"Let me out."
The reflection replied, its tone convincing, silky smooth.
"Just a little bit of blood, and I can be free."
Conflicted, the words echoed in her mind. She remembered an old wives' tale she heard about mirrors, how they were gateways to other worlds. Slowly, almost against her will, she took a shard of glass from the broken frame and pressed it into her palm, crimson droplets pooling. As she dripped her blood onto the reflective surface, a powerful force tugged at her, and the glass shattered with a deafening crack. The darkness emerged, swirling around her. Lily gasped in horror as the mirror's reflection stepped through, but it was not her that stepped into her world. It grinned, eyeing Lily with malevolence.
"Thank you for the invite. I've been trapped for so long."
And then it laughed, a sound that echoed through the room, thick with the essence of betrayal. Lily fell silent, replaced by a hollow shell of what had once been her, trapped within the mirror, forever watching as her reflection roamed free, relishing the life she had unwittingly delivered. As the clock struck midnight, the doorbell rang again. Another delivery awaited, and the cycle was bound to continue.